Okay, so this is what I'll be demonstrating. I'll be modeling a hexagonal pencil. I will show from beginning to end the various tools, right, I used in Maya, right, to create this pencil. Now, without the shading, right, this is what it will look like. Without the wireframe, this is what it will look like. Okay, so we want to create a pencil with a brass collet and then a rubber eraser at the end. And also, it must have the hexagonal cross-section. So what must we do, right, in order to get it to look like this? So I will start from the beginning. So of course, the first shape that we want to create is a cylinder. Okay, not just an ordinary cylinder. We need to create a cylinder that has 6 sides. So with the cylinder still selected, go over to your channel box, or you can press Ctrl A. Under the input cylinder, reduce the subdivision axis from 20 to 6. Okay, so this is the base shape that we'll be using to create our pencil. Alright, so I'm going to rotate this pencil 90 degrees. I'm going to create it like lying on the side. So press E, holding down to J, then rotate this 90 degrees. Right, then next I'm going to increase the height, which is the length of the pencil. Okay, for this pencil maybe I just want to create a slightly shorter one. And next I'm just going to move this pencil up so that it's lined up to the grid ground level. Now for the vertex point, right, I can just simply pull and you can see that now I have the tip of the pencil. Okay, but we have a problem here. We want to insert an edge loop so that we can create another loop around here so as to create the pencil lead. So I'm going to show you another way. I'm going to undo. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all these faces here. So remember, these faces cannot be, the loop, right, cannot be inserted. Okay, so that has to be another way. So first I'll just do a quick extrude, create one small section here. Okay, then I'll quick extrude another section here. So this will form the wooden part of the pencil. And after this, I will scale this down. Okay, to become a tip like that. Okay, now you can see that right now I have 4-sided faces here. When you have 4-sided faces here, that means I can insert an edge loop. Holding down the Control. Okay, what I did was I hold down the Shift right mouse click, I choose the multi-cut tool, then I hold down the Control and I add a edge loop here. So this part here will become my pencil lead. Okay, right now my pencil lead is, I think it's a bit too small. I want it a little bit bigger. Press Q to go to select. Right mouse click, go to edge selection mode. I want to slide this edge back. So double click to select the edge loop. And then I will try to slide it back. Okay, you would have think that if I slide it back, right, the pencil lead will become bigger. But it suddenly looks like this. It looks really strange. Now some of you might prefer it to be like this, but I'm going to undo. I'm going to use another tool called the slide edge tool. Okay, so to slide the edge, you just hold on to Shift, right mouse click, and slide edge tool here. Then drag with the middle mouse button, drag it left or right to adjust the amount. And I think this is the amount that I want. Okay, so now I have enough faces over here to form the lead later on. Okay, so next I want to create the other side. I want to create the area which I can create the the rubber ring. So first I want to create the circular brass collet. So I'm going to select all these faces. So there are many ways to select the faces. For me, rather than just click one by one, right? Let's say if there are a lot of faces, you're going to click all day. Well, you can use holding down the tab key and paint select. Okay. Let me go to face selection mode one more time. And if you hold down the tab key, why is my tab key is not working now? Oh yeah, it is working, except that I don't see my icon change. Or maybe because I'm in the edge slide mode. Okay, I'm going to try one more time. Yeah, like that. Okay, so anyway, To select all these faces quickly, I use the selection conversion. Go to vertex, select this vertex, then hold down the control, right mouse click, to faces, to faces. Okay, so very quickly I've selected the faces. Then I'm going to extrude this section. Extrude, shift right mouse click and then choose extrude. Extrude one more small section. Then press G again to repeat command and extrude a bigger portion. I want this section here to be my brass collet. Press G again to repeat last command, which was extrude. Okay, and then finally I'm going to extrude the eraser portion. Okay, now for the eraser, I need to have enough subdivisions, right, to create that round look. Okay, so I will first extrude one more face here. Okay, so okay, let me just undo. With all the faces selected, I'll just go to select, and then I will extrude, and then I will use something called offset. Okay, you all played with offset before, and I'm going to offset the face all the way in. The reason I'm doing this is I want to convert, okay, all these faces here into four-sided faces. So when these are four-sided faces, I can do things like insert edge loop. See? Then I can insert multiple edge loop all the way like that. But there's a faster way you can insert multiple edge loop. Right now I know that this is four-sided. I can use another tool known as insert edge loop tool. Okay, there is a tool specifically for inserting edge loop. So to activate it, you just need to hold down to shift, right mouse click. This will only work on faces and edges. And then you choose the insert edge loop. Okay, right now, actually it just work on edges only, my mistake. So go over to edge selection mode, hover over an edge and press shift right mouse click, and then you can see the insert edge loop tool. Now under the insert edge loop tool, go and click on the option box, and if you take a look at your defaults, it is showing every time you insert it's only a single edge loop. What we want to do is to insert multiple edge loops, and we're going to give it about eight subdivisions. So now I can hover my cursor over the edge here and click. It will insert 8 evenly spaced edge loops nicely for you. So once we have all these edge loops, it is easier for us to pull out a cross section or a dome that will form our eraser head. Alright, so now to create the eraser, you just have to select the center vertices. Okay, you can switch over the vertices, or you can switch over the face, doesn't matter, as long as you can select this center group of objects here, components here. So I'm going to select this group of vertices. Oops, I'm still in insert edge loop, so I need to undo. I need to go to selection mode, and then left mouse click and drag to select these vertices. Now press number 4 to check, make sure that you don't select vertices behind. And what I'm going to do right now is basically use soft selection to pull out the eraser head. So soft selection to activate is B for boy. You notice that there's this gradual change in color. The more yellow it is, the stronger it is. So to adjust the range of influence, you hold down B, holding down the B and middle mouse click to adjust the range. So what we want to do is we want to adjust the range until it reaches the edge of the pencil. Then we can press W to move, and grabbing the Z axis, we can pull out the rubber head. Now you notice the rubber head looks a bit strange, right? Because if you go over to your modeling toolkit, there is a soft selection option, right, available for you. Okay, you can also see the soft selection under the move option, and then there is a soft selection. This is exactly the same menu as this one. Alright, so the reason why it looks like this is because the curve profile is based on this curve. Alright, so if you want to have a curve profile of an eraser, we have to adjust the curve so that it matches this instead. So we are going to undo the soft selection, and we'll come over to the soft selection curve and add more points to control the way the curve is being drawn. Okay, the problem here with Maya is that you had to put a lot of control points in order to create this kind of shape. Alright, so now that I got this curved shape like this, when I pull it out, you notice that now the eraser head looks much better. Although my influence is a bit too strong, it's pulling this edge loop, which I do not want. So I'm going to hold down to B and reduce the range. Okay, maybe up to here. Alright, then I'll pull the arrow again. And now I have my eraser head. Okay? So if you want, you can use the slide edge tool. Like, okay, right now my soft selection is still on. I'm going to press B to turn it off. You can use the slide edge tool by double clicking to select the edge loop, then holding down to Shift, right mouse click, slide edge tool. Okay, to slide this back, down, or up to you to adjust. Okay, right now I'm just grabbing this edge loop and then just sliding it ever so gently down, so to spread it out more evenly. Another thing that you can do is to scale it from the top view. Okay, if you go to the top view, you can see this is the view of our loops. Okay, for example, here I don't like the shape here. I can double click on this, then I can use the scale tool to just scale it up. Same for this loop, scale it up. And since I'm still on sliding edge tool, right, I can use the slide edge tool to slide the edge loop. Okay, maybe this group of vertices here, just bring it down really flat. So now I have this round shape over here. Okay, so now it seems that my pencil is done, right? But no, it's not. Because if I press number 3, what does it look like now? Yeah, like the Mac, the Mac tablet, or the tablet, Magic Pen, right? But we completely lost our hexagonal shape. So in order to get the hexagonal shape, we need to insert edge loops, right? But where we insert the edge loop is also very important. We cannot just select the edges, right? And then suddenly apply, like for example, I cannot just simply select all the edges that run across here, then apply the edge loop. We have to be very selective where we select our edge loops. So for example, I want to select the edge loops only in the center here. These edge loops here. Okay? These are the edge loops that I select that I want to be beveled. Okay? Alright. Now I'll use the bevel. Shift right mouse click, bevel tool. And I will bevel the segments. And then I'll have to adjust the fractions very carefully, because if I press number 3 right now, I've adjusted a very simple bevel like that. If I press number 3, okay, not too bad. Okay, let's see the tightness of it. It actually looks okay. But now we have some issues over here because we have multi-sided faces going on here. Yeah, we have a multi-sided face that is going on here. So what we can do is that we can merge this vertex with this vertex to force it to become a 4-sided face. If you take a look at this face over here, this face is made up of how many triangles? 4 triangles. Alright? So that means it's a multi-sided polygon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sides on this polygon shape. So we have to fix that the topology. So one of the tools that you can use is the target weld. Okay, target weld tool. We can activate the tool. Then we can weld this point to this point. But in the end, we form a triangular face here. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to create all these triangular faces, but I'm going to try to convert the triangular face into a... Okay, now tumbling around this is a bit tough. Let me just turn around here. Yeah. Click on this point, drag it, and then you merge to the other point. Click and drag. Click and drag. I'm changing it into a triangle. So now all these are triangles already. If I subdivide this, it's going to look slightly better. Okay, I need to go to select. Yeah. So you can see now here it starts to appear a little bit better, but okay, I still need to add one more edge loop around here. Okay, so which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to insert one edge loop here. One more edge loop right across here. And if I press number 3, now this part here, it will look a little bit more defined. Okay, but at least we have our hexagonal shape. Alright. Now, how do we get rid of the triangles? Now, for the triangles, right, we will have to insert one edge loop at each of this corner here. Just now I should have used, for my bevel, right, I should have used my 2 sections rather than just 1 section. But anyway, I can fix that by going over here, use the multi-cut tool, and middle mouse click, control, holding down the control and middle mouse click. When you middle mouse click, right, you'll cut an edge loop right at center. Middle mouse click. Alright, so let's press number 3 and then see what it looks like. Okay, much better. Okay. Okay, I'm going to insert one more edge loop here just to tighten this area. Since it's 4-sided faces, right, I can easily insert the edge loop right about here. Okay, I'm going to press 3 again to check. Okay, now it's looking much better. Alright, now let's come over to this area and we fix this area here. So same thing, I'm going to put a couple of supporting edge loops here. Shift, multi-cut, just insert one edge loop here. And then I need to fix this area here by using the target weld. Make sure you're in vertex mode. Target weld will only work with vertices. Click and drag. Click and drag. Click and drag. So now you can see if you want to do a very specific type of pencil, this is the kind of work that you have to do. Okay, now of course, if you're doing a pencil, right, that is very far away, right, then there's no point to do this. But let's say I'm doing a pencil for a commercial or what, and the pencil needs to be right in front of the camera. Now then this is the extra kind of detail, right, that you need to do. Okay, so right now I converted everything into 4-sided. I'm going to press number 3 and see what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to switch back to select, go to object mode and press number 3 and see what it looks like. Okay, right now this eraser portion here looks a bit too long. So I'm going to go over to vertex mode, grab all these vertices and then maybe move it down. Oh, okay, this cone here, I need to insert a few more edge loops because there's a very big space here and there's not enough supporting edge loops that run across here. So I'm going to put one more edge loop here. So maybe that will help the shape a little bit. Yeah. And for the brass collet as well, I'm going to insert one more edge loop here so that it doesn't, when subdivided, it doesn't jump all the way to the left. So let's see. Well, actually the brass collet is actually appearing right about here. Okay. So I'm going to increase the scale. Okay, shift full stop to increase the selection. Then I will non-uniform scale this section to make it thicker. Then if I subdivide this, now I should have a ring that is a bit bigger. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this will look like the piece of brass that is always catching the eraser. Okay, let's scale this up. Okay, I'm going to bevel this one, just make it a bit tighter. Okay, and I think that's it. The pencil now is done. Okay, what's left is now to add some color. Okay, let me just add some color to it. I'm going to select these faces here, right mouse click, assign new material. I'm going to give it a blend material. Then if you don't see the material here, or you have to click the tab too many times, you just need the right mouse click, material attributes. Then you can click on the color swatch, change it to black. Call this pencil lead. And then this one here, for the wood portion here, I'm going to increase it to here. Shift full stop to increase selection. Okay, right mouse click, assign new material. Assign a Lambert for this one. Call this wood. Okay. Then I'm going to grab and select the center faces here and press Shift full stop to increase the selection. It should reach the other end here as well. Good. Then I'll assign this with the red color paint. So right mouse click, assign new material. Go to blend. Call this the pencil body color. Maybe this time I change the bright blue color instead. Okay, now for the brass colored, select this face, double click, Shift full stop to increase selection. Keep on pressing the Shift full stop until the selection increases all the way to here. Now I'm going to assign this with a metallic brass material. So right mouse click, assign new material. Go to blend again. Then this one should be shiny, or okay, actually I should be using the Arnold material, but I'm going to use blend for now. Okay, then finally I'm going to select the tip of the eraser just by dragging a box over the tip of the eraser. Then use Shift full stop to increase selection until it reaches the selection of the face, the edge of the brass colored. Then we're going to apply a flesh colored or pink color eraser color. So for eraser, I'll use a Lambert, and I'm going to choose a reddish pink color. Okay, I think this is fine. Okay, I think it's too pink already. Selected material attributes, make it a bit lighter. Now it's a bit too pink. Okay, I think it's fine. So right now my pencil is done. This is the, what I call that, the non-subdivided version. I think the brass color could be bigger. Let me go to vertex mode, go to top view, grab these vertices and increase the shape a bit. Okay, so if I subdivide it, then everything should look just about nice. Yeah. So my pencil is done. Okay, this area here can still tweak a little bit. For example, this edges here. Okay, I have to increase the diameter, so I'm actually selecting them one by one. Alright, then use scale, and then you can uniformly scale it up. And maybe these vertices here, now I'm just doing tweaking, just to make it look perfect. Okay, this one I'll just try to push it back. Oops, not this one. Okay, push it back like that. And these can be pushed forward. Yeah. Okay, then my pencil is done. Alright, I'm going to duplicate another pencil. holding down the shift, duplicate, and then press 1 to show the difference between the subdivided and the non-subdivided version. Okay, I'm going to press Alt 5 to show you the wireframe. So when you're done, you can do a screen capture and then upload this as part of your checkpoint. Okay, and then I'll stop the recording now.